and for peace. We seek justice, dignity, and recognition as an independent nation. The world held its breath. What had once been seen as an impossible dream was now a reality. The global response, support, and recognition. The news of Biafra's independence spread like wildfire. Major media outlets worldwide covered the historic moment, with broadcasts reaching every corner of the earth. But what truly set this moment apart was the support from powerful world leaders, most notably from the United States. President Donald Trump, having entered office in early 2025, publicly acknowledged Simon Ekpa's leadership and the legitimacy of Biafra's independence. In a statement delivered from the White House, Trump said, "The United States stands with Simon Ekpa and the people of Biafra in their pursuit of freedom and self-determination. We recognize the sovereignty of Biafra and support its efforts to rebuild and reintegrate into the global economy." Trump's declaration sent shockwaves through the international community. This was a break from the past, as the United States had long been a staunch ally of Nigeria, a relationship rooted in oil and strategic interests. But with Simon Ekpa's unwavering determination and his ability to garner international attention, even America's priorities shifted. Other world leaders soon followed suit. The European Union issued a statement acknowledging Biafra's right to self-determination and expressed a willingness to engage with the new nation in matters of trade and diplomacy. The United Kingdom, Canada, and several African countries also recognize Biafra as a sovereign state, paving the way for diplomatic ties to form. However, Simon knew that independence was just the first step. Biafra would of marginalization and conflict, and it would need to establish itself on the world stage, not only as a political entity, but also as an economic powerhouse. Biafra's emergence on the world stage. With global recognition came the challenge of re-establishing Biafra as a viable nation in the world economy. Simon Ekpa understood that Biafra's future was tied to its ability to become a key player in international trade, technology, and resources. He had studied the global economy during his years in Europe and knew that Biafra could thrive by leveraging its natural resources, the creativity and resilience of its people, and strong international partnerships. Biafra's rich oil reserves, fertile lands, and emerging tech-savvy youth would become the foundation of its economic strategy. Simon announced that Biafra would focus on sustainable development, prioritizing education, technology, and agricultural innovation to ensure long-term prosperity. He also made it clear that Biafra would not rely solely on oil exports, but would diversify into green energy, infrastructure, and high-tech industries. A critical part of Biafra's integration into the global economy was securing trade agreements. With the support of the United States, Simon's government negotiated key deals with international corporations, including partnerships in energy, technology, and manufacturing. Biafra's natural resources, especially its oil and agricultural products, were in high demand. At the same time, Simon worked to establish a transparent and fair trade system, prioritizing sustainability and social equity. Within a year, Biafra's stock market began to rise. Foreign investment flowed into the country, and the Biafran diaspora, now spread across the world, returned home, bringing new skills, ideas, and capital. Biafra's capital city, which had once been a symbol of struggle, was transformed into a bustling hub of commerce and innovation. Infrastructure projects began to dot the landscape, from high-speed rail lines to modern medical centers and educational social institutions. Biafra's influence in African affairs grew as well. Simon became a voice of reason and a key figure in the African Union, advocating for peace, unity, and economic cooperation across the continent. His leadership helped Biafra gain a seat at the United Nations, further solidifying its place on the world stage. Biafra's place in the global economy. By 2028, just a few years after its independence, Biafra was no longer an underdog. It was a rising star. The country had developed its own tech industry, attracting startups and innovations that were previously unthinkable. Biafra became a leader in renewable energy, harnessing its natural resources to create sustainable energy solutions that benefited not only Biafrans but also neighboring countries in Africa. Biafra's agricultural exports surged as it became a leader in organic farming and sustainable food production, feeding both its population and international markets. Its position in global trade networks, coupled with its skilled labor force and entrepreneurial spirit, made it one of the fastest growing economies in Africa. Simon Ekpa's dream had been realized. Biafra was no longer a land of oppression and struggle. It was a beacon of hope and prosperity for its people and for the world. And as Simon stood before the people of Biafra once again, watching them gather in the newly built city square, he knew that their journey was far from over. But they had come so far, and with each passing day, the spirit of Biafra burned brighter than ever before. That had fueled the movement from the very beginning. The fight for freedom had been won, but Simon knew that the true test was only just beginning. Now that Biafra was independent, the real work of nation building would require independence. Simon focused on forging a unified national identity. The struggle for independence had united the people, but Simon understood that the true strength of Biafra lay in its diversity. The Biafran people were made up of different ethnicities, languages, and traditions, all of which had been oppressed under the Nigerian state. To build a prosperous nation, Simon believed that Biafrans needed to come together as one. He introduced educational programs that emphasized unity and mutual respect for all of Biafra's ethnic groups. The curricula in schools highlighted the rich histories and contributions of various communities, promoting pride in their shared heritage while fostering understanding of each other's cultures. Simon's government invested in infrastructure to connect the far-flung regions of Biafra, ensuring that rural areas could thrive alongside the growing urban centers. Simon also established a strong independent judiciary to safeguard the principles of justice and equality, ensuring that Biafrans could hold their leaders accountable. There were efforts to create a balanced economy that did not depend solely on oil but integrated technology, agriculture, and manufacturing. This comprehensive approach helped Biafra move away from being a one resource economy, with Simon pushing for innovation and self sufficiency across all sectors. The international stage, navigating challenges. While Biafra's emergence had been met with support from the United States and several other countries, Simon knew that challenges would come. The global powers were watching, and though Biafra's independence was celebrated, there were still many who questioned its stability and long term viability. Some international critics warned that Biafra's break from Nigeria would set a dangerous precedent for other separatist movements around the world. Simon and his government faced immense diplomatic pressure, especially from those countries with vested interest in maintaining the status quo in Nigeria. But Simon refused to back down. He believed Biafra's independence was not just a victory for his people, it was a victory for every nation and every people struggling for justice, freedom, and self determination. To bolster his case on the world stage, Simon continued to engage in diplomatic dialogue with countries and international organizations. He made sure that Biafra's new leadership was seen as responsible, peaceful, and committed to contributing to global peace. Simon's efforts to establish Biafra as a respected member of the United Nations and other global bodies were not easy, but they slowly paid off. Over time, more countries recognized Biafra's sovereignty, including some who had previously been hesitant to embrace the new nation. One of the most significant turning points came when Simon, along with other world leaders, was invited to speak at the United Nations General Assembly. There, he presented Biafra not just as a newly independent state, but as a model for how nations could achieve freedom while remaining committed to the global community. His speech called for international cooperation, peace, and sustainable development, outlining Biafra's plans to lead by example in the global fight against climate change and inequality. Biafra's economic rise, innovation, and growth. By 2030, Biafra had emerged as one of the fastest growing economies in Africa. The nation had successfully transitioned from a war torn and isolated state to a vibrant and forward thinking country. Simon's emphasis on education, innovation, and sustainable practices had set Biafra apart from other nations that relied on oil, their main economic driver. Biafra's tech industry was thriving, with several multinational tech giants establishing research and development centers in the country. The youth of Biafra, inspired by Simon's vision, had taken to entrepreneurship with enthusiasm. Startups in renewable energy, agriculture, and digital innovation were booming. Simon had worked hard to ensure that Biafra's education system was world class, fostering the next generation of leaders and innovators. who would continue to push the country forward. The agricultural sector also saw significant advancements. Biafra became a global leader in organic farming and food security, with its export of grains, vegetables, and other crops booming across the world. The country's fertile lands were being harnessed in new and innovative ways, making Biafra a key player in global food production. Biafra's oil industry, while still important, was no longer the sole focus of the economy. Simon's government had worked with international partners to create a balanced energy policy with a focus on green energy solutions and sustainable resource management. This foresight helped build Biafra from a volatility global oil market and position the nation as a leader in renewable energy and green technology.
a minute silent for our friend heroes. And the count starts now. May the souls of our past heroes continue to fight for and defend us from the spirit world, while we, the living, continue to do the needful to fulfill the cause of Biafra. Ise, BDF anthem.
God bless you, Lord. We declare Lord from the sea. Oh, hail your throne. We shall always remember all that.
For God's sake. Eh? Onye na-akpọ ihe a for God's sake. Eh?
all that perished in the storm of the fall. There are angels,
Welcome every Biafran from all over the world. Anywhere you are joining us today, you are welcome, highly welcome. Today we present to you the defense, United States of Biafra defense. And Mazi Shooks survivor. I don't know if you're on your mic, you pick up the
Yeah,
mic.
I'm here.
You're welcome. Pick up the mic.
Thank you so much, my dear brother Ugo, fellow comrade. Welcome everyone that has come to this very Twitter space today. Welcome all the Biafrans across the world, wherever you are watching from. I welcome all the media houses that have connected to hear from the United States of Biafra government. This very program is being held by the United States of Biafran government to make sure that information gets to every Biafran and also to people of the world and the press for them to know what is going on and how far the government has gone and the directions we are going. There are so many important questions that people have been asking, those of us who are in the media coming out on daily basis, but there are questions that we cannot answer, just like what the Secretary for Information have always said, that you reserve your questions until when the right people come online, then you can ask your question. That opportunity has come, and today you are going to hear from the Minister of Defense of the United States of Biafra. He is going to speak to you, and every one of us will ask questions. Pay attention for you to understand where the government is going, to know the things you have to know. Those questions that have been bothering you, bring it on and ask. But in asking your question, you must be civil in asking your question because the whole world is watching. This is a government. No matter how angry, how disappointed you are, you must have to control yourself. The government is moving on. As we go forward, I will introduce the Minister of Defense, Engineer Solomon Nkwocha. He will also come in and introduce his deputy. Pay attention and listen to Honorable Engineer Solomon Nkwocha. You're welcome, sir. Take the mic, sir.
Okay, I can come in. Yeah, he should come in. He's coming in with um, BD Bridgie. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Dr. Agi, Secretary for Information, Telecom, and Postal Services of the United States of Biafra. As you have been told, the reason why we're here today If I don't want to go over because the last speaker has already made all we need to know about why we're here. If the Bridgie, I think I can see him there. If he's not currently here, I would like to give one of the deputies that I see that has a speaker, um, Honorable Philip Ajoko, to go ahead and speak while we're still looking for the Honorable Secretary of Defense. Thank you so much. Yeah, let the deputy start. I saw the logo. You will see the logo there. You don't see. He came in with Brady. Let me call him. Okay. Yes. No, 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 no. Let the deputy start. Let me reach out to him. Okay. Thank you.
The deputy can take the mic. If you're there, deputy, Phillips, please take the mic and speak on while we wait for the secretary to go.
Thank you. Thank you, Biafrans, and thank you, everybody here in this space. My name is Philip Ajoko. A lot of people call me Onyami. I am here right now just speaking temporarily while we await the arrival of the Secretary of Defense. I am just standing in for him. I am, or I was in the U.S. Army. I joined in the U.S. Army in 1996, and I was there until 2007 when I left the Army. Today, we are here to talk about the defense of our great nation, the new nation that we have just declared. We are here to address a lot of questions today, those questions that do not have security implications. If your question falls within those questions that may have some security implications, we might not be able to answer your questions today because of the security nature of what we are doing. While in the United States Army, I was deployed to several war-torn countries where I participated actively in war-fighting operations. Some of these countries resemble our country before Nigeria. They have a lot of things in common. So my experience and background is coming from those areas. I have four war experiences. The first experience was in Afghanistan. I was in Afghanistan, 1996. I was in Yugoslavia in 99, and then I was in Iraq, which was the last operation that I had. So I am not just talking, I am coming from those kind of experiences. So when we talk about defense of Biafra, it is important that Biafrans understand what actually defense means and the functions of defense. The defense of the United States of Biafra will actually be the largest government agency whose mission will be to provide the military forces needed to deter war while ensuring our national security. That is the primary function of the Biafran defense. Actually, these functions include, but not limited to maintain the use of armed forces as may be required or needed by the higher command to defend the lives and properties of the Biafran people. One of the functions also include to defend the Constitution of the United States of Biafra against all enemies, both foreign and homegrown. We all know what we are going through now. The enemies that we confront now at home are domestic in nature. No matter how they make it to seem that foreigners are trooping into Nigeria to come and cause mayhem, killing people across the land, exterminating the natives and the owners of the land, the indigenous Nigerians. We know the facts. These problems have been there before now. It didn't just start, but they just escalated it from 2015. We all know what has been going on. Now, when you go to the north, the villages have all gone. They are all now living in IDPs. If you go to the western part of Nigeria, the experience is the same. People are running away from their villages and finding refuge in forests and IDPs. And when they go there, they are not allowed to return to their homes. So these things is one of the domestic enemies that we have to confront. And a force within the purview of the Department of Defense. The Department of Defense of Biafra will also ensure timely and effective military action against all enemies of Biafra. It's similar to the other one that I just enumerated. So from that background, like I said earlier, while we still await the arrival of the Secretary of Defense, I want to make it clear that some informations and some of the questions, no matter how nice they may seem or sound to you, they might have some classified information with them. And we will not be in a position to answer those questions that have such classifications. We will only give information that are required and that are needed so that the people will have a better understanding of where we are coming from. The Department of Defense of Biafra will once again ensure that our people do not end up in IDPs. Like what we see across the nation, across Nigeria. This is our primary target for now. While we look and plan for the long run, our primary target is to stop the invaders. And we will do so with your help, with your assistance, and with your understanding. At each turn, we will ask you to make the maximum use of your wisdom to understand the nature of the question that you have. You do not just come to ask questions because you want to ask. When you understand it, where we're going, where we're coming from, that will help you understand better that this is government now. And part of the ways to understand the government is to actually develop your wisdom in certain levels that we will not jeopardize our young men and women on ground. Those are the people who are keeping us safe. Even what we do here is very important, but what is more important is what those young men and women, our angels, like we often refer them, what they do. Those are my comrades in arms. We are fighting together. and as the Undersecretary of Defense of Defense Department, I am going to make this special appeal to those young men and women to understand that their lives are at stake, to know the type of information that they put out that will not cause division and chaos. It will be in the interest of Biafra that they all have sworn to defend and their own personal interest and safety. To beware of divisive individuals and character who may call them, try to recruit them to be on their side. There is no two Biafran. Biafra is one. There is no faction. We have only one government of Biafra. And here in the Department of Defense, we maintain so. Information is coming from one source. If we look to achieving this our goal in the nearest future, absolute carefulness is required. Noise discipline is highly advised. When I say that, actually, what I mean is you beware of the information that you dish out. Because sometimes we make a lot of noise. We often strive to be seen, to be noticed, to know that we are here. But the only time that you will have respect is when you win. By making noise, you don't win anything. You win no trophies. The trophy in the end will be Biafra. And that will be the trophy that all of us will win, that will make all of us proud Biafrans. As someone who is in this department, I have already sworn to be loyal to the Prime Minister of this great nation or the President of the same, who may be appointed over me to supervise my actions. And I also will be loyal to the Biafran people to know that I'm working for them. All Biafran people are my employers. I will not take advantage of the Biafran people. And I will deploy all my resources, experience, finance, anything that I am able to do to help my people. That's why I'm here. I'm not fighting for my selfish ends. I have already jettisoned all that even before signing up in this department. I have said that respect of the Biafran people will be my watchword. Those are my pledges. And I know Biafrans, they're listening, would love to make the same pledge. That they will respect the opinion of those that they have appointed to protect them and try their best to work with them and to obey their simple commands. Any command coming from the Department of Defense is not meant to hurt anybody in Biafra land. All we target will be our enemies, our enemies, all those who try and attempt to exterminate us from the face of the planet. Those are the people that we are jointly fighting. I do not fight alone. I fight with you and with your prayers. Very often, we have seen our people act like they are divided, but I want you to know that we are not divided. Biafra is one. We know that enemies, those who are not Biafrans by birth or by any inclination, they mask themselves with names that may sound Biafran, but they are not Biafrans. And they are out there causing chaos. And instead of us to actually apply our wisdom to know these things, we start fighting. And in that fight, we destroy a lot of things. Our leader, Mazin Namdi Kano, is as we speak, paying a lot of price. This price is unquantifiable. The price that he has started paying since 2021, he paid the same price in 2015, he was there, and 2017, he came out. And they kidnapped him in 2021. None of us is a stranger. That kidnap, that kidnap of our leader ushered in a new era. Mazi Simon Eba, who took over from him. And he became our prime minister through our vote. I participated in the voting. After watching him for a while, his actions and demonstrations convinced me to participate in appointing him. He is also a comrade in arms. He served in the Finnish army, a politician and a lawyer. All Biafrans have seen his actions, how far he has taken the struggle. But today, unfortunately, he is not here in this meeting, but he is somewhere listening and hearing everything that we do, and he will be back soon. His short time of absence must not lead us to start misbehaving because Biafra belongs to all of us. We don't believe that it's only one man or one individual can restore Biafra. There are a lot of us who have the same spirit, but sometimes God knows how he does his things. So all those who trust in the leadership of Simon Ekpa Njoko, our Prime Minister, must be steadfast in this trying moment. Come together and let us go together and finish the task that we have taken over from him. May God continue to bless the United States of Biafra. May all citizens of Biafra be blessed now and forevermore. He said,
He said,
He say,
thank you very much, Honorable Deputy Secretary of Defense, Philip Ajoko. What else can we say? Thank you so much. Biafrans, I hope you listened very carefully when he was speaking. I'm not sure the Secretary of Defense is here. If you have questions, we can start while we wait for the Defense Secretary to join us. Thank you so much. And as always, we have to be respectful in asking our question. And I plead with everyone, don't come here with a question just to distract people. United States of Biafra government, we are only interested in heading home. That's the tax that must be done. We are not interested in anything less than that. So your question will be, since this today's space is with the Defense Department, so please direct your question to issue related to defense, but they will not give you detail as he has said for obvious reason. But let that be your question, please. We always come in space to answer other questions, just like we did on Monday and Wednesday. Thank you so much for listening.
yeah, yeah. The co-host, I don't know why the co-host is not connecting on my side. I try to get it in. It's not coming. Myself? Is it? Yeah. Are you talking to me? Benchu.
Good evening, Biafrans. Okay, I've been permitted to do that, so I don't. Okay, okay, okay. Thank you.
Sure. Yes, I can hear you. I'll bring people up. I'm waiting for the co-host so I can the task of bringing them up and putting them down. So I'm here. I haven't seen the request yet, though. Okay, cancel and five. Cancel and five.
Uh, uh, great Biafrans. God bless you, everybody in this house. It's not actually a question, but I would just want to thank you all for what you people have done since we came back from our declaration. It did not follow and doing gossiping. You people here focus and do what our PM said. I say, may Chukwu Okike Abịama kumi ihe niile. Bless all of you. Ife.
Okay, thank you.
All hail Biafra. Good evening, the co-host, Ugo. Good evening, everybody that is here. Yeah, I thank everybody the way that are coordinating, no matter anything, any distraction. Our government is moving on. The government is strong, and I believe that is a very good thing that government will bring for us. But my question is, you know that what they use to deceive our people to bring their head going everywhere is our people at home, our students, our people at home. Now that since all those things is happening, we are after the declaration, I will see bombers and many things that is happening. We some people we are still posting it so that the government are not the people can recognize us and help us, let us settle everything and we'll go to our hand. So how can the defense can help us and make sure that they coordinate the whole students so that they cannot go scatter, because there are some students already going to home but they still hoping to know the right channel to follow, but we already tell them to follow the government, because government have the arms to wings to follow everything, both any instructions. So want to know, are they going to divide us like the way the time of DOS, then our students many scatter, but now we believe that it's money, money, money they are talking. The account they want to put money, they never do the account and they hold it. It's only God that knows that the single account that remaining, that one, no, it's God that give us, because it's a spirit. It's like our prime minister knows that this type of thing will happen before he create it like this. So I want to know our defense. How can he use and still use his brain now to unite the whole students so that they cannot be against each other? Please, when government
Okay.
is moving. Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
You finished your question?
Yes, yes.
Okay. If I understood you clearly, the question was what we have in place as far as our men and women on ground. What are we going to do to continue to keep them together, to maintain harmony? So, what happened in the past doesn't repeat. Well,
Yes.
um, as somebody who is here in this Department of Defense, I am first of all going to assure you that our defense is our men and women on ground are intact. No matter what you hear on the social media, I know a lot of people would love to see Boza every day. Woto. That is good. That is our identity. What you must know is when you hear those things happening, all these things are what is being done and put together and making sure that our men are still there to boost your confidence. And you are still seeing that we still have control. Our men are there. I have told you that Biafra is not divided. Now is not the time to say them or us. No. We have to focus on one Biafra. There is no other Biafra other than this government. So if we are still nursing the idea that there is somebody outside, yes, you might hear some things on the social media. We are used to those things. We all saw that when our leader was extraordinarily renditioned to Nigeria after kidnapping him in Kenya. A lot of things happened and are still happening even before our prime minister went to answer some questions. We know these things. We don't allow ourselves to be distracted. What is important now is that we have government being led by our honorable DPM, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. That is the only government. This government is in charge of what you see on ground. If somebody else is telling you anything else, please don't get distracted. Focus on your government. And let me use this opportunity also to remind us. I said it in the beginning. We are going to make things happen. This defense department will ensure that our men and women on ground do not lack every tool that they need to accomplish the mission of Biafra will be made available to them. But we, on our side, we know our own role. Our own role must not be gossip. Our own role will be coming to fundraising when called and when not called on your own, going to that website and doing the needful. That is the only way we will maintain leadership to be able to keep those men up and running. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, thank you. Google 247, did you want to handle this or you want me to just call in people? Oh, all right, thank you. I'm gonna go according to the hands. I think the next person here would be Divine. Divine, are you ready to ask your
Yeah,
question?
thank you very much. I have one question for the if
Okay, I can hear you, but go on. I'm gonna go down and come back up. Go to four
okay.
seven, bring me back up. I'm gonna go down.
Can
Go
anyone hear
ahead,
me?
Divine. Thank you.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I have one question for the Secretary of Information and two questions for the Deputy Secretary of Defense. Okay, to the Deputy Secretary of Defense, you've been to Iraq and you've been to Afghanistan. You see, if you're a weapon engineer, you will know what I mean by EFP, that's explosive charge shaped projectiles, and you see the effect with the Ogbunigwe. I am saying I don't really think it's really that effective against the armored personnel carriers, but with EFP, even the United States weapon engineers and in just the military engineers, they know for sure that no amount, no type of armor car that EFP cannot penetrate and destroy. And even if you use bottles to produce this EFP, now I'm asking, what's the latest homemade improvised weapons that you've sent home or you've given the blueprints home where they can produce. Are you doing this? Sorry for asking what's the latest. Are you doing this or they are just doing it back home with their own skill and knowledge? That's one question.
Okay, let me answer the question first before we go to the next. Is that okay?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. Every country has their own unique situations. Remember, I said most of what we do in Department of Defense has classified connotation. And one of them is a question like this. When it has to do with our weaponry, we don't disclose a lot and in public, but we would love to. But I will assure you that Biafrans have a lot of talent. They make a lot of things you don't even think that we are able to make. But those things are not what we're going to be able to, break down here. Until when we declassify them, we may be able to showcase those weapons that we are able to manufacture and those ones that we have recently import that are in use in Biafra land. What I can assure you is that we as a young nation, remember now, Biafra is not even one complete month old. It's just like a little baby. But I'm not saying that we are going to allow anybody to capitalize on our youthful age. No, we are doing everything to deter our enemy, and we will continue to do so and continue to improve. Always keep at the back of your mind, there is always room for improvement. Whatever we do today, we stand a chance to improve in future. But we all must be must be positive. Continue to support your government. Continue to support the effort of the military, the Department of Defense, and we will do so by please, my knees are on ground. Continue to support our fundraising. God bless you, my brother.
Okay, my second question. Um, I understand that there are black markets everywhere, and also there are dealers that are willing and open in the market. Then, what's the defense efforts in attracting these people or making them like telling them, yes, we have okay, let's just say partnering with dealers that can supply us with sophisticated equipment
Okay, let me just take it from there, please. Once again, it falls within the purview of classified information. We do not disclose our sources. Remember, like I said, most of these things are homemade. Biafrans have a lot of talent that are capable. We just need to continue to empower them and learn as we grow. Thank you, my brother. Let's leave it like that. Questions
Okay.
regarding to our weaponry and some of these skills we do not disclose on social
Okay.
media.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. To my Secretary of Information, your question. Please, what's the status of our Secretary of Defense? And please, can you brief us on that because it's not really proper. We are here and almost an hour and it's not here. Thank you very much.
Let me jump in here, please. That is my boss. I spoke with him few minutes before joining here, and actually, I thought this meeting was going to be on a Zoom. He told me it's on space, and I logged in. I believe he was busy, doing something. He works. He will be here. Just be rest assured. I know a lot of people would like to hear from him too, but there is nothing to be scared of. I spoke with him minutes before coming here. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much as well.
Okay. Yes. I think your question, you okay with the answer, correct? Okay. Thank you so much. Honorable Tochi, go ahead, please.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Dr. J. I think we're gonna go next here to Pastor Rose Allen. You can go ahead and ask the question.
Good evening. Good evening from here. My comrades, my honorables, I thank Biafra for your good work. That is how it's supposed to be. Our Deputy Defense Minister, thank you for what you have said. I've always told them that ihe a na-emewe ihe mmụọ. Onye anyị na-achụrụ aja wụ oke mmụọ. I told them that we are one Biafran. We have no any other home but just this Biafran. And our ancestors, our fathers, our heroes, Mazi Ojukwu, Mazi Ifyo, Mazi Nnamdi Kalu, our prime minister, currently here, Mazi Simon Ekpa. This is what God has done for us. No man will take the glory. We have finally got what our ancestors has asked for us, and nothing will divide us. No matter what the Janjaweed try, no matter where they have gone, no matter what they are doing, this Biafra has come to stay and to emerge. And let me tell Biafrans, today is a great day. You have seen, just this one is a little bite. It's just a little talk for you to see how we are prepared and how the Biafran is going to be. You, many of us have been in this Biafran. I want to let hello. Okay. All right. Okay. 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 All right. What I want to ask my the Fem Ministry minister and his deputy is just not to ask but to say carry on and show Biafran the world that you people can. You are emerged. That's all. And say continue doing the good work that Chuko Kikabiama has called you. That's all. I don't have any question, just to appreciate and appreciate the Biafrans. I say today is our fundraising for us to support them. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey,
Thank you.
yes, yes.
Yeah,
So, sorry, Ugo. I was driving when you are calling me.
and hold on.
So,
Just hold on a second. We'll go to first time. You wanted to say something? Two pictures. I just updated my picture. If that's a problem, but it's the same account. As long as it's the same account, you should. Okay, okay. I'll do that. I'll do that. All
Okay.
right. You can go.
Okay,
Okay, Princess,
Mazugo,
go
can
ahead.
you co-host Mazin Dubisi, Kelvin? Yeah.
I'm I'm I'm
Oh,
also
only
here,
you. Okay.
Benchuk, sir. You can co-host me as well. When
Okay.
you are calling me, I was driving.
The secretary is here, so can I speak?
The secretary is here.
Okay. Sorry, Joshi is here now. Thank you so much, Benchix. I don't know if you have a question now, Benchix. Do you have any question?
Yeah, yes, I
They
have a
should,
question as well.
okay, no, no, no. Please, Mazugo, everyone should hold on to their questions. Let the defense secretary is here.
Okay, let him, he's welcome.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
Th-
just hold on a minute, let the defense secretary speak, then you can take your question. Thank you.
yeah, thank you all very much. I'm so sorry for the technical issues that I was having to join. But let's start. First of all, I just want to thank everyone, and I say good morning to our leader, Mazinam Dekano, no, the Hawadika of Biafra land, the prophet of our time. Everything you predicted has come to pass. Good morning, my honorable Prime Minister, His Excellency, Mazi Eba Simon Njoko, the finisher, the good man who wore passion for Biafra freedom on his sleeves. Biafrans expect your imminent release because you committed no crime known to law. Good morning, USB Chief of Staff and Acting Prime Minister Dr. Ngozi Orabeze. The USB government is behind you. Greetings and good morning to our honorable gallant men. Biafrans, thank you all for all your hard work, dedication, and sacrifices. Good morning, Biafrans, and to you, viewers. Fellow Biafrans, friends of Biafra, and lovers of freedom all over the world, I bring you greetings and compliments of the season. This State of the Nation address has become very important following our recent declaration of the United States of Biafra in Finland, November 29th to December 3rd, 2024. The Defense Ministry is one of the vital arms of the United States of Biafra, and we owe Biafrans all over the world the duty to keep you abreast of all our progress, programs, and activities. Going forward, I want to sincerely appreciate all Biafrans, home and in diaspora, especially those who sacrifice their time and financial resources to travel to Finland to be part of our historic redeclaration of Biafra in Finland. It was a huge success. Thank you, Biafrans. Good news. Biafra has come to stay. The 40 United States of Biafra are very strong and united in all intent and purpose, are more determined than ever to defend the territorial integrity and protect the rights of millions of Biafrans all over the world. Historically, the Republic of Biafra, was established on May 30th, 1967, by the Eastern Region Governor Chukwemeka Odumegu Ojukwu, and the government of Biafra was widely recognized both within West African sub-region and across the globe. Obviously, the need to establish the Republic of Biafra became extremely necessary because of the common truth that Nigeria is never a nation and can never become a nation because it has never been designed to work as a nation. The subtle and forceful amalgamation of the Northern and Southern Protectorate by Lord Frederick Lugard in the year 1914 against the collective will and aspirations of the people triggered the battle for the fake independence granted to Nigeria by Britain on October 1st, 1960. Nigeria was never made to function as a nation.
but to serve as a conduit pipe for the colonial masters, whose primary interest was to exploit the abundant raw materials in the region. The people of the eastern region greatly opposed the colonial imperialists and their divide and rule system of administration. However, the fact that Nigeria was and not a nation makes it practically impossible for the country to govern itself since 1960 to date. The current Nigerian state is a bunch of hundreds of different ethnic nationalities which has never agreed either by the popular referendum or people-oriented constitution. Few military dictators sat down at the comfort of their barracks and fabricated the Constitution of Nigeria and forced it on the people without any input of the aboriginal peoples of Nigeria. In view of the above, fellow Biafrans, what is a nation? A nation refers to a large body of people who share a common culture, language, history, geography, or political identity. The 40 states of Biafra is a perfect description of a nation. Biafra is a community of people with a shared sense of belonging because we have a common culture, language, rich historical background, geography, similar religious orientation, and political identity, which represent freedom, equity, human rights, rule of law, religious tolerance, democracy, and open, equal opportunities for development of all men, persons, social, and political foundations. Moreover, fellow Biafrans, friends and lovers of freedom all over the world, since Nigeria claimed to gain independence as a country and not a nation, it has always been by violence, military coup, and unstable governance at all levels, local, state, and federal. Today, every ingredient that makes up a failed state are all visible in Nigeria. Insecurity, bad governance, corruption, lack of democratic institutions, terrorism, abuse of human rights, lawlessness, loss of value by citizens and the international community. And worst of it all, military, civilian, kleptocratic, quasi-democracy that have no respect for rule of law and human rights protection. Nigeria is currently divided along ethnic lines that justify perpendicularity, instability, and propensity to corruption and bad government that represent a laughingstock as a feeble giant of Africa. The Aboriginal Hausa people were fought, killed, dominated, and forced to accept Islamic religion by the migrant Fulani jihadists from North Africa, Sahel, and their collaborators. The southern part of Nigeria, especially Igbos and Biafrans in the eastern region, vehemently opposed the Islamic jihadist expansionist movements and their antics, which eventually culminated in the problems that led to a series of ethnic tensions and military coup and counter-coup after Nigerian independence in 1960, alongside the anti-Igbo or anti-Biafra programs in the north, where millions of people, women and children, were brutally massacred for just no reason. Fellow Biafrans, as a Biafra nation, Secretary of Defense, my heart is bleeding, my eyes no longer enjoy sleep, my heart beats abnormally. My hunger and thirst for Biafra and total independence of Biafra grow increasingly. Nature has bequeathed to me and you a unique opportunity to fight for our freedom, to fight for our collective survival, to fight a just cause. Dear brothers and sisters, the battle for total freedom of Biafra has lasted over 5 decades. From 1967 to date, we are counting 57 years. We are not calling for another war. Biafrans are peace-loving people. What we are simply asking is a right for self-determination. And we want to separate from Nigeria and exit as an independent and United States of Biafra. Where no man or woman is oppressed or have any reason to suffer oppression. We are calling on the United Nations, America, European Union, Asia, Australia, African Union, and all of us of freedom all over the world to come to our aid. We need your support to free ourselves completely, permanently from Nigeria because we have no future in Nigeria. In Nigeria, Biafrans and anyone that shows concern for the welfare of Biafrans are being marginalized, oppressed, suppressed, and stressed to the point of irrelevance and untimely death. Every year, millions of Biafrans are forced to migrate out of Nigeria towards Europe and America, Asia, and other parts of the world in search of alternatives, and most especially seeking safer places to hide and save their lives. Biafrans, as I stand here to address you today and to call on lovers of freedom and friends of Biafra all over the world to increase their support for Biafra. I shed here, but I'm consoled and strengthened by your understanding, unwavering determination to continue to fight and defend our cherished freedom and sustain our independence. Our good news for you, Biafrans. During the Nigeria versus Biafran civil war that lasted over 3 years and still running at the background till today, Biafran people defended herself gallantly even as a young nation, and today we're more united and stronger in our quest for freedom and our independence of Biafra. I commend your resilience, I salute your courage, and applaud your enthusiasm and sacrifices. And I say, may the souls of our faithful departed who fought and lost their lives in the struggle rest in peace. Victory is ours, and victory is here. Biafra was officially recognized by Gabon, Ivory Coast, Tanzania, Zambia, while we received the de facto recognition and covert military support from France, Portugal, Israel, South Africa, and Rhodesia. We are surviving children of the Biafran people, whose fathers you all supported passionately. Millions of Biafrans, home and abroad, are very grateful for your support and show love. We are calling on you today to renew that love, your love and support for Biafra. Biafrans are eternally grateful to the government and people of Finland for the support we received during our recent convention for the declaration of Biafran government in exile, the case of independence of Biafra. The people of Biafra, home and abroad, are very glad and enthusiastic about our independence. May we urge you to ignore the blatant accusations spanning from the terrorist Nigerian state, alleging that we are terrorists or that our leaders, Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Samonepa, are terrorists. Our leaders and people of Biafra are seeking freedom and independence from Nigeria. It is not a crime for any organized group of people to ask for their freedom. Nigeria is fighting Biafrans and killing us brutally and silently without any media reports and publications. No matter whatever Nigeria may promise you to support them to continue the meeting injustice against Biafrans, please do not agree it is unjust, because it is a fight to subjugate democracy, good conscience, equity, rule of law, human rights protection, and voice of the people of Biafra. For over 50 years, since after the Biafran Civil War, Nigeria has failed to integrate Biafra into their progressive governments at local, state, and federal levels. Today, the president of Nigeria is a Muslim, and the vice president is a Muslim, a popular Boko Haram Islamic jihadist who is bent on forcing Biafrans to join Muslim religion against our collective wish and aspirations. Every segment of the Nigerian government is dominated by Fulani terrorists and their divide and rule collaborators. Undoubtedly, the Fulani terrorist control government under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is ruling Nigeria with a hand of iron, enforcing economic jihad on citizens, making it difficult for Aboriginal people of Biafrans to access equally development opportunities, peace, security, religious freedom, and all good things that support decent living. Fellow Biafrans and lovers of freedom all over the world, there are significant human rights issues, including credible reports of unlawful and arbitrary killings, forced disappearances, torture, and cases of cruelty, inhumane or degrading treatment, or punishment by the government, harsh and life-threatening prison conditions, arbitrary arrest and detention, violating Article 3 of United Nations Charter and also Article 10 of United Nations Charter. So, our commitment in the defense is to protect our borders, uphold our values, and defend our right to determine our future, free from external aggression. We acknowledge the sacrifices made to achieve this independence. Our defense forces will be equipped and trained to ensure the protection of our people and our land. embodying the spirit of resilience and democracy. Together, we build a strong foundation for peace and security, vital for our nation's prosperity. Let us pledge to work in solidarity with our allies while fostering diplomatic relationships that reflect our commitment to peace. The journey ahead may be challenging, but together we will thrive. Biafrans, Tagala men are willing and ready to defend our new nation from all enemies, foreign and domestic. All they need is a massive support. They need the tools required to do their job. We are now at the stage of self-defense, and self-defense is our right and not a crime. Nigerian state must remove its terrorist-infused military from Biafra land. They are now classified as an occupying military force, which is against international law. We, the people of the United States of Biafra, do not wish to wage war with Nigerian state, but we will not fold our arms and allow the state to continue the genocidal war against us, the Biafran people. We will fight back with everything we have at our disposal. You cannot defeat an ideology that I am sure the government in Aso Rock know very well. So I thank you all, Biafrans, for giving me this time to speak to you. But I'll be available to answer any questions you may have. Thank you so much, moderator.
It's not coming at all. It's not coming at all. I don't know. It's not coming at all. Yeah, honestly, you need it. But I don't know why it's not
Can, can I speak now? Can I speak? Okay. Thank you so much, the host Ugo 247 and our Secretary of Information, Princess Angie, and all dear friends here. I greet you, the Minister for Defense and your deputy. It is really good to see you here to at least make all Biafrans reassure the Biafrans here that everything is okay with our Biafra angels and also the defense of Biafra land. I don't know if anyone has asked a question. My name, I'm Mouthpiece of the Gods, and as known on Twitter. So I don't know if anyone has asked a question that I'm going to ask now because I was late. I'm at work. So please, if someone else have asked it, please don't get offended. So, Honorable Minister and Deputy Sirs, is there a possibility of making sure that our Biafra angels are not allowed to communicate to other cabinet members, most especially those who derail their commitment to the defense of Biafra, and making sure that if they have any problems, they can come to you, the defense minister or your deputy, so that if they have any problem, you can sort it out with the government. I just want to know. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your question. Uh, yes, so we are putting everything in order. So I mean, things a bit was a bit not in order before, but our angels know now that we are all apolitical. We don't dig into any kind of politics. So all we know is defend the land and defend the people and property of this nation, Biafra. So yes, that's been put in order. So there will not be any communication outside of the chain of command. So we cherish our chain of command very much, and they know to go through anybody that has any needs. They go to the chain of command, to the commanders, and to me. And then of course from there we go to the chief of staff and uh, the uh, the deputy, prime minister. Thank you very much. I hope I answered the question.
Yes, thank you so much. Please, my kudos to all of you protecting Biafra land, and kudos to you, the Minister for Defense and the Deputy. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let me ask my question before
Good
I
evening.
assist in co-hosting.
Good,
Um,
good evening. Can I speak, please?
yeah, just hold on, just hold on. Yeah, just hold on. Okay, thank you. Uh, thank you, Honorable Defense Secretary and the Deputy Defense Secretary. Thank you so much for your profile, letting the people know who you are and how you are working. My first question goes is so much really nonsense has put on the air in regards to defense fund. Is there have you any in any form try to reach up to your predecessors or people who you take over from to see how you can bring this issue down? Because the information is a power, so so that the Biafrans will not be misguided.
Thank you for your question. As a defense, we have no business with finance, so that question should go to the deputy prime minister and the secretary of finance. So we have no, but we have not had any issue of being supported by our deputy prime minister and the secretary of finance with regard to the needs and the requirements of our men on ground. So we have no, I can't talk to that because that's not in my purview. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Second question before I support. Okay, okay, thank you so much. Okay, Defense Secretary, we got information about some of the tactics Nigerian government is using in trying to penetrate us. I don't know, maybe it might be a classified a question I'm asking. It's up to you not to answer it. Like some of them using some qualities drones in penetrating to our territory. I don't know if you got any knowledge about that. It might be a classified question. It's not compulsory that you must answer it.
I
Thank you.
can answer it. Well, Nigerian state, they are committing criminal offenses against us. I mean, they use the Tucano jets that was prohibited from being used in Biafra land. The United States sold them Tucano jets to use it against the Boko Haram people on the north, in Borno and those areas. Now they have violated that rule and requirement by the United States government not to use it, and they bring it to us to bomb us, not only bombing us, they're bombing civilians. I mean, of course, the probably have heard and listened to recent bombing of civilian-built houses. That's criminal. That's against human rights law. That's against the law. That will that's a law that qualifies for ICC prosecution. So it cannot bring a war fighter to bomb civilians that has nothing to do. And with, in fact, they're not supposed to even bring that jet in the Biafra land. It's supposed to go to, Borno, where you're supposed to fight against the Boko Haram terrorists, and not us. We're not terrorists, but they're doing that. They're bringing drone. Yes, we are seeing some of the drones. So they're doing surveillance with those. But we are tracking it, and we are tracking it, and we are doing everything we can to make sure we bring those drones down. So rest assured, we are working on it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Mazi Simon Ekpa, can you omit your mic and go ahead with your question, please? Simon, are you there? Okay, I go over to OPI. Can you omit your mic and ask your question, please?
Thank you very much. I greet everybody, most especially the Defense Secretary and his deputy. My question is to the Defense Secretary. I want to know whether if you know why the terrorist Nigerian state is bombing the civilian houses in Biafra territory. Do you know why?
Well, I can only speculate, right? So it's just about that ethnic cleansing. That was because the Nigerian government, because right there, we talked about the Ottoman Afodio, doctrine and agenda that they have. So they bomb civilian, buildings, houses, just to make sure that we have no place to live, so we can become anamajiris and go into the camps like they're doing in the north. So that's the part of the agenda, and that's why we're getting the world to putting a notice to the world to see what's going on, and that's why we have to become get our own country. And now, anything they're doing after the 29th of December of November, when we declared our independence, is illegal. So now they're coming into an illegal area because this is our country now. Until until we get our fully recognized by international community. But anything they're doing in our land now is against international law. So, but I mean, the only thing I can say is that they are bombing, and you can see that these fighters or pilots, they know exactly what they're doing. They're trying to finish our people. They're trying to clear us off the ground, and that will never happen because we want to defend our land. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much, sir. I really appreciate. Now, let me tell you why the Nigerian terrorist states are bombing civilians in the Biafra
Yeah,
territory.
excuse me. We only need answer, please, so that
Excuse
other
me,
people will come in. Our
correct.
questions.
You
Yeah.
want to interject
Please,
that
I
question?
want to
You
make
don't
I
have
want
to
to
beat
make a
your
comment,
spirit.
please. Please, I
No,
want to make a
interject another thing.
No,
You
no, no,
have
no. If you have a question, you ask your question. So we don't interject anything, please. You can finish your question, then another person will take over. Okay?
Okay, thank you. Another question again that I want to ask is, if you remember in the 1966 to 1970, Biafrans fought defensive war. And you know, any party that is fighting a defensive war hardly win that war. So what is the government, especially the military department, doing to ensure that we migrate from the defensive war we are fighting currently to offensive war? Because the best defense is offensive. So what is the government doing about that, especially the military defense, to ensure that we migrate from defensive to offensive, which is the best defensive tactics? Thank you.
Thank you for your question. Let me answer it this way. As you know, we don't want to wage war with Nigerian terrorist state, and we are going to our prime minister. We have a template, and we follow the template.
Yes, we
Yeah,
can hear you.
I hear
We can
you.
hear you now. You muted everyone.
I think he's done with that question. Can you call somebody else, please?
Okay. I'm calling USB. Can you omit your mic and ask your question, please? Mazi Opi, can you go down, please, so that other people will come up?
Yeah, yeah. Can you hear me? Am I coming out loud?
Yes, you are coming out.
Okay, my greetings to everybody. My greetings to our Deputy of Defense and the Secretary and our Ugo 247. I greet the house. My question goes like this. I wanted to ask that what our Secretary of Defense are doing to make sure that our angels on ground are not divided, because these individuals, the way they are ranting, the way they are trying to divide Biafra, I want our Secretary of Defense to assure Biafrans that these men will not divide our men on ground and divide Biafrans. Then another question I want to ask is this: what are we doing, our men? What are the defense in place to make sure that our mineral resources are not exploited by the terrorist Nigerian government? So thank you. That's my question. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
Uh,
Thank you very much for your question.
yeah,
Uh,
sorry. Before you go further for the answer. Deputy Defense Secretary is back again. Defense Secretary, he can also assist if anything you want to add on in any question, because some people it looks like they are doubling questions. There are some questions you have already given answers before arrival of Defense Secretary. You can go ahead.
Exactly why I'm here. Um, Honorable Defense Secretary, the last question was addressed by your deputy. The reason
okay.
why we had to take questions that have been addressed is because we have so much going on today. In the next 15 minutes, we have another program, and after that, we are going for the fundraising. So we don't have all day here. Let's take questions that have not been asked. Please,
Okay.
thank you. Yes.
Yeah, Defense Secretary can go ahead.
Yeah, I thought it was answered.
Okay.
The question was
Uh,
asked. Yes.
okay, let me call the next person. I see. Can Simon Eba? Okay, he's gone. I can't see him again. Um, Mazi Ogodon, is he there? Can you unmute your mic and and ask your question, please? Ogodoman, can you unmute your mic and ask your question?
Please, once you call somebody twice, move to the next, okay? Mazi Matrix.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Uh, Kim, can you unmute your mic and ask your question? Kim, here I am. Can you unmute your mic and ask your question? Okay, Kim is not there. Simon Ekba, I can see your hand up. Can you unmute your mic and ask your question? Is anyone hearing me at all?
Yes.
Simon Ekba, I can see your hand up. Can you unmute your mic?
Okay, okay. Brothers, can you all hear me?
Yeah.
And remove the mic access to those that are not speaking so they can bring other people in, please. Thank you.
Can you all
Simon
hear
Ekba,
me?
can you go ahead, please?
Okay. Before I ask my question, I want to thank each and every one of you who have made us proud, who have, gone this far to Biafran land. Blessing you guys all. And my question goes to the news
Simon Eba, you are not audible. We can't hear you at all. We can't hear your question.
someone is making noise. Can you hear me right now? Someone is making noise in the
Yes, we
background.
can hear you now.
Okay, I said before I got in there, I want to thank each and every one of you who have made us proud, who have gone far to September and December, and also stand on the right channel. I said, may people be Bama continue blessing you all. And my question goes to the Minister of Defense. With due respect, which measure are you taking to make sure the occupier of our land are being taxed since we have declared our independence and we are no longer a Nigerian? And you can see that many things are still going on, and killings, and the occupiers are still sucking money from our people and even killing our youth and all this. I know many people are trying to see how it's going to happen as we have already declared our independence. So, what measure are you taking to make sure those military roads are being destroyed so that the occupiers of our land will leave our land so that we know we can actually have our territory? Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you. I'm just informed that this question that you just asked now has been addressed before. You hear me?
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Did,
much.
did anybody hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you. Mazi Ogodo. Ogodo, can you omit your mic and ask your question?
Yes, good morning from my location. I don't really have that much. My network is really very bad. Is anybody hearing me? My network is really very bad where I am.
Yes, we can hear you
Um,
loud and clear. We can hear you loud and clear. But you are listening with another device. I can hear my voice there. Maybe
yeah,
try a second
I
device.
cannot hear. Hello, can anybody hear me?
Yes, we are hearing you. Go ahead. Hmm.
Please call someone else. I think he can be able to comment. Call someone else,
Ye-
please.
Yeah. This KIM Nanjo is like an Asian. What is he doing here? I've called him before. He's not doing anything. Can you remove him? Yes, you are coming out clear. Okay, let me go out and come back again. Yeah, because I'm hearing a kind of noise. Uh, yeah, yeah. The first secretary, can you mute your mic? Can you mute your mic? Yes, it's better now.
Hello?
Yeah, USB has already made his own his own question. George, NW, can you make your own question, please?
Yeah, hello. I'm being on the state protocol. The Secretary of Defense, and I want to appreciate of you and your good works with respect to safeguarding our land. I will appreciate that the operational challenges we face. So I just will not have touch it here. And therefore, I want to ask a particular related question, right?
He's the one that's making it.
Because the noise is coming from there. Just mute your mic. Your mic is not muted.
It's muted now. It's muted now.
Okay.
So, hello, gentlemen.
Yeah, go ahead with your question.
Please,
Please, Udo, can you mute Philip also? The mic is open.
so my question,
Is it better now? Is it better?
Yes, it's better now. It's better
Okay.
now.
You need to unmute yourself.
should
Yeah,
I
just
continue?
go straight to your question. Yeah, go
Okay,
straight.
now my
We don't have
question,
much time.
yes, my question to the Defense Secretary is, having read about there was a country, I have a yellow sun and everything, how our great leader of old, how they invented so many things that kept most of the Biafrans not to be annihilated up to this very hour that God preserved us even through their technique. I want to ask, I know it's a sensitive question I have to ask to the Defense Secretary, but nevertheless, I think by his wisdom, he can equally think towards this direction. And what are we doing as current? For instance, I listen to people say, now it's not 1964, now it's not 1967, now it's not, but they are bombarding our land 247, and we cannot do anything. We are not even doing much. All these unnecessary bomb. If you look at what's happening currently and see how they are bombing our house, the women houses, people are supposed to defend. I want to ask the defense secretary, boss, from his profile, he's an electrical engineer and also an engineering. I want to ask in his office and his home portfolio, what is he doing to work with all these American Avid? I can remember the time that PM made something about Avid, all these American retired veterans, in order for them to create some technical defense mechanism for our land so that by the time, anytime that the zoo attack our people or anything, at least we send them a strong message to any barrack or anything that we shock them so that they cannot come again. But for now, it seems like this: whenever they attack us, we repel them in different directions, but they will come and attack our homes. And we cannot control the
We
attack in our
need
homes.
question. We need question. We don't need.
The question, yes,
You don't
the
tell them what
question,
to do. We need question,
yes,
please.
the question is, what invention is the defense secretary and their team doing that we can have some strong mechanical defense mechanism that whenever the zoo attack our women and children by bombing our house, we send a very strong message to them in their barracks and homes so that they will understand that we only have a defense and capabilities. I just that word I'm looking for, capabilities. But it seems like currently we don't have that capabilities to be sending strong messages if they attack our people. So thank you. That's my question.
Yeah, you don't expect any classified answer here. Any classified question, they are not going to release it
Well,
for you.
that's okay. Let me answer it this way. We understand your question, but what we ask you to do, in order to for us to accomplish all these things that you're asking, is to support support the United States of Biafra, support mightily, so that we can have the resources that we need to do what we need to do. That's the best way to answer this question. We need massive support, financial, and that will help us to do what we need to do. We know what to do. We just need your support. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So, no, of course, I'm not expecting any critical response, but this one is helpful. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. George. Osadebe, can you mute your mic and ask your question, please?
Oh, hello, Benchus. Thank you very much. Google, thank you very much. All our ministers, I thank everybody. Please, I don't have much question, but what I want, I have some observation on what I want to make concerning our medias. Please, our medias need to know that some of the when we host space like this or any program, let people in charge of the media try to make sure that when people are on space like this talking, make sure that at least you take control of other people who are putting their mic open. Even last program we have with our cabinet, somebody who is coordinating that media that day, if you watch some of people who are speaking, if you watch on the background, people are open all their mic, there people are talking. Honestly, it's not really nice for our media. We need to change hand. Thank you very much. That's what I want to say. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you, Mazi. Yeah, Mazi, 22 IG, 22 IG. Can you mute your mic and ask your question?
Yeah. Good evening, everybody. I thank you so much for allowing me to speak in this space. Yeah, I greet everybody. My question is this. Please, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. My question is this. How can we see that Biafra land is secured from this bombing of our houses? Because we have seen it and it's getting out of hand. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I thank you for your question. I believe I've just answered that question. So we just had a similar question that was I just answered those questions. So please, so again, we need Biafrans to join the fundraising and support massively, and that will enable us to get what we need to defend our country. Thank you.
Okay, noted. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Please, we need a defense question that is necessary. The defense secretary and the assistant is here as well. Please. Mazi Emmanuel, can you omit your mic and ask your question?
Good evening, fellow Biafrans. Good evening, Mazi Ugo 247, Princess Agi, Ben Chuku, and the rest. All protocols observed, please. I am still hearing myself from the background.
Yeah,
Please, my
I think
question is,
Yeah, go ahead. It's from Defense Secretary. It looks like his mic is always on.
My question is, please, what are we doing in order to protect every inch of Biafra territory? And again, I must say, before you expect answer my question, I must thank you, honorable men and women, very well for the roles that you have played so far in making sure that Biafra people concentrate in the Biafra government, not in the donate Biafra account akọwa. So my critical question, because every time I'm in the media, every time people tell me, oh, they are coming, they are bombing my village, they are doing this, I quietly expect that because Nigeria will try to put confusion in order to enter you, in order to enter us. Now, to the Biafra government, because when people bring their question to me, I have the right to bring it to the people of Biafra, to the government of the Biafra people. What are you people doing? Focusing on protecting every inch of Biafra territory. Again, this is a question, but I am not expecting answer because it is a very classified this thing. Previously, we have a commander who does a rocket that flies. Please, can you people get people who can prepare rockets that fly? Not when these people come to us, we will be expecting to fight them or weapon to weapon. Get this thing rockets that is expected. Please, I don't, like I said before, I don't expect answer to this question. But my question is, what are you people doing to protect the inch of Biafra territory?
Thank you, Mazi Emmanuel. Uh, Defense Secretary can give you his answer. Defense Secretary, can it over? Defense Secretary is not there. Deputy Defense Secretary, can you give any assistance to the question?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, sorry about that. So, like I was saying, I mean, I understand your question, but rest assured that the defense forces of Biafra, they are not asleep. They are working diligently day and night, and very soon, all those answers that you seek, will be given to you. So we're not adding. So all we need is support, because we need financial support to get what we need to defend the country. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Uh, it's wait a minute. Okay, he's disappeared. I can't see him again. One, can you mute your mic and make your question to the Defense Secretary?
Okay, good afternoon, my dear brothers and sisters. I'm happy to be here this evening. My heart broke last week when all the noise and the propaganda came up on the WhatsApp, on the social media. But I was pleased when I listened to the cabinet briefing. I saw the caliber of men and women involved. So my heart came back because the same thing that happened when Nandi Kanu was kidnapped wanted to happen. But when I listened to that cabinet briefing, I saw people, I saw men, I saw women that matters. I regarded everybody, every noise in the social media is useless. So the question I want to ask here now, although the defense secretary minister said that he will not answer question apart from the defense, but the noise that is making on the social media is that the government want to expose our men to be killed. The government want to expose our men to be killed. So the question I want to ask is that how can we silence these people? Because they are bringing propaganda to the people that are not informed. Some people are saying, they cannot donate money again. The one they donated before, where is it? They said this. So I don't know how the government can silence this information that is circulating in the social media. I will call them fallen angels. What can you people do to reduce this noise on the social media? Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think the Information Secretary is going to give you answer to that. It's not really question to defense. Crazy. Can you unmute your mic and make your question?
Just a minute. Alex asked the question. We are in government, and I want you to know that from the past, when you see what is happening now, you take yourself back to 2021, when the people started telling you that Simon Ekpa is come to destroy. He has come to destroy our men on ground, by kill our men on ground. This. Finally, we find out that that was what they used as a self-defense to cover themselves up from the evil. We find out that these people are the one eliminating all the men of ground one after the other. So it is left for anybody to believe what they want to believe. If the government by now has protected these men to bring us to this point, it is left for you to shoot. It is left for you to believe 1, 2, 3 men that have just come out to destroy what we have all gathered to bring together to this point. We are not coming back to tell you believe them or don't believe them. You know what to do. We are not doing saga. This is about government. Okay? It's about government. The government decides what happened and we follow the instructions of the government. Thank you. Matthew, go on.
Thank you so much. Go 247. Crazy. Can you mute your mic and make your question to the Defense Secretary?
Hello, everyone. Good evening from my end. To the Secretary of Defense, good evening to you, and thank you for coming out on space to address the citizens of the United States of Biafra. My question is today you are addressing us, and we know during the time of our great leader, Martin Nnamdi Kanu, and also Mazi Simon Ekpa, they often come online to address us impromptu, sometimes without notice, just to keep us updated. So my question to you is, how often will you be addressing the citizens of the United States of Biafra, considering the fact that as the citizens, our life as it stands now, which depends on the defense of Biafra, is in your hand? That's one. If you permit me, I can ask the next question or answer first before I go to the next question.
Thank you very much for your question. Let me answer this one. Yeah. So this is my first one, today, and I promise to come often. I'll come back often. If you invite me to come, I will come to update Biafrans on what's going on, and of course to issue any kind of advice if needed. Also, all I can tell Biafrans right now is to make sure that you defend yourself. Okay, we are defending our land. This is self-defense. So I can ask all Biafrans to make sure you be aware of your environment and defend yourself at all time. If I have any kind of article of defense that you can have on your own, keep it with you and defend yourself and your family. But the Biafran military will be doing everything to make sure that communities and the cities and the country is defended and protected. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your response. Now, my second question is, as the Secretary of Defense and also to the Deputy Secretary of Defense, please, we are now running the country. We now have a country of our own, which is the United States of Biafra. And you owe the citizens of Biafrans that openness since you are serving us. Please, sir, I notice your Twitter is locked, including the Deputy Secretary of Defense. Please, you are serving us. Can you please allow us the access to know you by officially opening your Twitter so we can get more followers and also enable Twitter to accredit you, to give you that logo to prove the authenticity of your page so we know exactly who we are following and who is leading us. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. So the Twitter handle for defense is at DMBRGIE. So don't mind the one I use to join right now.
Okay.
That's a personal one. But I have the official one is at D as in dog, M as in Mike, Bridgie, that's BRGIE. So that's the Twitter handle for defense. Thank you.
Thank you
That's
very much,
open.
sir.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Crazy, for that wonderful question. That is a really wonderful indeed. Defense Secretary, we, yeah,
We have just less than 20 minutes. Dr. Agi, if you can hear me, I don't know. You are here, right? Dr. Agi, can you hear me? Princess Agi, can you hear me? Please unmute your mic and speak to us. How much more minutes do we have? Okay, I guess she's not around. But because of the fundraising now that will start in a couple of minutes,
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Sorry. Yes.
how much time do we have?
Oh, Ugo, you are cracking. Refresh, okay? Thank you. Um, is 6:15 p.m. Biafran time. So we have like 6 more minutes, nothing more than 15, please. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Six more minutes, but no more than 15 minutes for any reason. Thank you so much. I apologize.
You mean we have more 15 minutes?
We have, go refresh. You are cracking. I said we have six more minutes, but for any reason we shouldn't go beyond 15 more minutes. We can only stay, yes, we can only stay not more than 20 minutes. That's what I'm saying from now.
Mazigo, I don't know if you catch what she said.
Yeah, Mazi Benchuk, yours is cracking as well. Yes, okay, thank you. Refresh.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you so much. Uh,
Okay, Mazi Chicks, go on. I think we should pay for us. I think they say your own is your own is clear. I don't know if my own is clear from your end.
okay. As we don't have so much time to wait, the Defense Secretary, Biafrans want you to come and be giving them updates. You are our servant. You serve us. So Biafrans will be happy for you to come and be giving us update what is going in the defense department. Maybe if you need some granite more, you know how we can ginger our people to do more. I can see the hand of we are child. It's gone. I don't see anybody's hand again. As you go, I think it's time for us to bring the space
Lady,
down.
I'm here. My hand is up since, so you cannot call me.
Oh,
Mazigo, good evening.
who is? I didn't hear. I didn't see your hand.
What child? WEA child.
Okay. Can
Good.
you make quickly your question to the defense secretary?
Okay, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Honorable Defense Minister.
Good evening.
Good evening, Mazi Ugo. Ndewo. Please, I want to ask a question because our defense minister, he said that you have been taking care of our angels, and I believe you because I know you. But there is one thing I want to know, I want to ask because of our problem now for the other side that is giving us problems. I will not. I want to ask because I don't want what happened during the time of Nikonson to happen because our leader Mazin Nandikalu gave them advice, but they didn't follow him. That's why what happened to Ikonso happened to him. So now, in everything, they will use money to attract them. Did you tell them not to take money from anybody and change their phone number so that all these people that is fighting us now will not trace where they are, because this war now is like when we are fighting with DOS people. This is my question. Did you ask them not to answer and other people, that those people that is fighting us call? Because I don't see the reason why that our defense minister will be here and the finance that will be looking for money and will be communicating with our angels. This is not fair. So I want to ask you, did you give them this order that they should not collect money from anybody? They should not answer phone from anybody except you people that is with us. They won't.
Thank you very much. I just want to assure you that our angels, our men on ground, they follow the chain of command. They've been briefed. They support the government wholeheartedly. In fact, they love the government because they've stated to me that this is the prayer come true for them, so they get everything they need. So there will not be any need for them to look for something else or from outsiders. These men, they are freedom fighters. They also want freedom, just like every one of Biafrans want freedom. So they want to be free. So that's why we know we have the right people fighting for us. So they want to be free, just like we do. So rest assured, anything that you see on the social media is just that, social media propaganda. So all our men are intact, and they are following orders, and they're following the chain of command. They get everything that they need. So now there's no reason for them to do anything else. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I
Okay,
think
thank you. Please,
Deputy
please,
Secretary wanted to add something on.
okay.
Mm.
Mm.
Deputy Secretary, can I go meet your mic?
Yes, thank you very much, everybody, and all the people who are asking questions. And thank you, my boss, Engineer Solomon, for your honest and straightforward answers to the questions being posed by the Biafran people. And people will always have their own concerns. Most of these questions, especially the last one, was initially addressed when I said that the safety of these officers, these boots on ground, are very important to them as well. They understand not to make mistakes like what happened in the past. And at the same time, we asked Biafran to ignore noise on the social media. They are there to distract. The DSS of Nigeria will always have some kind of psychological operation out there in order to cause confusion amongst us. We must be strong to follow the government. And that is what our defense secretary and the ministry, the message that we have been passing. I don't think there is any other thing other than also to pass the same message to Biafrans all over the world that we have only one government. We do not have full government. We have only one Biafra. We have only one Biafra. I mean, there is no other faction. People may decide to hold their own fundraising to do whatever they want. I don't know. We cannot go fighting them. We have a government to protect. And if Biafrans actually want their government to flourish and be able to accomplish all that they want them to accomplish, they have to support this government wholeheartedly. It is important to get information from all sides, but make use of them judiciously. Be wise. Thank you.
That's a wonderful
Thank,
one.
oh, excuse me. Thank you so much for the answer. Please, can I have just a second to talk to Biafrans? Because
Yeah,
very
sister,
soon now,
sister, we are running out of time. I don't know. So,
I know. My name is Shine anyway. Please, now,
oh,
in a few minutes' time, now we are going to go start our fundraising. I'm begging all Biafrans to come to the fundraising. This is where our PM, the account, our PM said that we are going to follow, and everybody know about this mandate. So as we don't have now any account, everybody should come with all their mind and come to fundraising and come and donate. If you go to another place to go and donate money, you are on your own. This is the account that PM brings out for us. So if you are going to another place, let me tell you, your money is gone and gone forever. And if we are paying this time around, you will send receipt to us. They won't.
Thank you.
There you
thank you so much. Mazigo, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Thank you. Our Honorable Secretary to the Defense, I don't know if you have anything to say as you close before we take down the space.
go. Yeah.
And sorry to everyone who have not been able to ask their questions because of the time limit. We cannot take all the questions today because in a couple of minutes we are going to the fundraising. Join us in the fundraising. Thank you so much. Honorable Secretary, you have the mic.
All right. Thank you very much, all Biafrans, both home and abroad. I can urge you because what we are doing right now, we're defending our land, and it requires your support. It requires a massive support because we're no longer agitating. We now have a government. We have a country to defend. So you are called to answer the call to support this particular government, so that all your dreams, all your aspirations, of seeing Biafra flourish, will come through. It's with your support. So please join and pay. Send your payment and donations to mandate account for the defense of this nation. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And on this note, Benchis, thank you so much. And all their chick survivor, my brother, thank you, my comrade.
Thank
I
you
know
so
we
much.
are bringing down the gates. Thank you so much. I'm back.
Thank you.